Former U.S. Attorney John Fishwick joins us now for more context on this on today's testimony. And John, thank you for being here again tonight. First, what were a couple of your key takeaways from today's testimony on the Hill?
Well, Didi, we obviously all got to see kind of the partisan bickering by both the Democrats and the Republican. But I think that what we did see there was a real effort to pin Jack Smith down on a number of things. You know, why did he have to go so fast? Why was only President Trump charged in the January 6th case? And then the discussion about, you know, when they did the invasion of the records. I think the person who's got the real beef there is Jim Jordan. Why were his records subpoenaed for 2 years?
Well, I was just going to ask you about that charge. How do you only charge one person with co-conspiracy like former special counsel Jack Smith did to Trump, despite prosecutors identifying 6 other individuals as unnamed co-conspirators? How does that happen?
Yeah, the inference from that, I think, Didi, is he wanted to go to trial against Trump, and he knew that if he brought those other folks into the conspiracy and publicly made them defendants, that would really slow the case down. And so he was seeing the need for speed. He wanted to go against Trump only, and I think that's a serious question for the public. Why not bring those other folks here into the case? But I think Jack Smith wanted to proceed against Trump, and so he did not charge those other individuals, even though he said there was enough evidence to bring them into the case.
Well, a big portion of the conversation in the lead up to the testimony and during the testimony today, Smith said that he got those phone toll records for some members of Congress because his office was investigating the conspiracy to stop the peaceful transfer of power. Is this a common practice?
Well, again, I think it was really inappropriate for Jim Jordan's records to be, subpoenaed for 2 years. I think for the senators, for a day or two of their records, I'm not as concerned about that. But I think for the phone records for folks that they obtained for a lengthy period of time, I think that crossed a line, and that needs to be investigated. There really was no reason for that. There's never really been a good justification for that. And I still think that the public needs answers about that.
Before I let you go, litigating Smith's appointment, was obviously not a focus of his testimony today. But whether it was lawful did come up. What do you think?
Yeah, so Judge Cannon made that decision. That was a controversial decision at that time. We're seeing that in other settings. I think probably his appointment was lawful. I think that decision was a little bit out of the ordinary in the legal world. We've had other special counsels who have proceeded in these cases. It was brought up. Obviously, that was her decision, but I think that's in a minority as relates to other judicial decisions in this country as relates to special counsels.
Former U.S. Attorney John Fishwick, thank you for your insight tonight on the National News Desk.
Thank you.